Okay, good afternoon. I am here. There you go. There you go. I am here with Michael and Dee Tapley and the dogs. Here we go. Ain't that a pretty dog? And there's Dee. And there's the little dachshund. And we're out here on their beautiful porch. It's so nice out here. Yeah, just a beautiful day. Yep. Hey, Winnell. Yeah. So, let me get it. You might get a cramp in your hand holding it, so just let us know. All right, so Michael is here, and gosh, I've been seeing him posting in the app about how successful he's been. So we started when? January the 5th or 6th or something like that?
Yes.
Okay. And so Michael is going to tell you his story, and there's somebody out there, I don't know who it is, that has been thinking about doing my program, but you don't know if you can. You've tried other things. You're diabetic. You're on a lot of medicine. You have aches and pains and just all kind of issues. And you just think, well, I just don't know if I can do it. I don't know if it'll help me. I'm on so much medicine. So Michael is your solution, because honestly, when I came here today, I had no idea what all was going on with him. But he's better, and so I'm just going to let him talk to you now. So here we go. Michael, you tell him.
Okay. Well, when I started this, my wife is the inspiration behind it and got me into it. And the week before the challenge, just a little back history, I went to the doctor. I got 4 of them. So, I told Miss Nancy I didn't want to compare diseases because I got everything you got, I think. But it all stemmed
you
from...
had everything.
Yeah. And it all stemmed... I've been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes for probably 30 years. And I didn't realize the consequences of the sugar and what it really did to you. And my mindset was, I can take these 4, I was on 4 pills and a shot a day. And I said, I can take this and eat what I want to. This medicine's going to fix it. Well, my blood sugar would run 240, 250 on average. And sometimes it'd be 350, 375. But since this lifestyle change or challenge, whatever words we want to use, I have been checking it, and since maybe the second week of this challenge, my blood sugar's been around 85 to 95, so an average around 90. And by doing that, it's really showed me, and listening to your videos, that what I did have was not normal. And that this is normal. I didn't think I thought, well, that's just the way my body's set up. Mm-hmm. It's going to run that amount no matter what medicine I took. And I've dropped one of the medications. But it all stemmed, and there's a lot of consequences to, go ahead and start, because it's went to, I got congestive heart failure, 2 heart attacks, 5 bypass. And all this really stemmed from starting with the diabetes and the sugar in your system, I believe, to kidney problems, to neuropathy, you name it. I got 4 doctors. So I'm a professional, go to the doctor person. Now, I've never been to the doctor before except to get my sugar medication until the heart trouble.
Now, here's what I want to say. I want to kick in here and say, so you hear what he's saying. He's saying that he just took it for granted that this was just what he was going to have to live with, taking more medicine, going to the doctor, not being able to work, and just dealing with it, and thinking that the medicine was just the best he could do. And so now, and here's what I love to say, up until now, that's what he thought. But now, he's an expert, or he's going to be an expert. By the end of this challenge, he's going to be an expert. He knows exactly what you're supposed to eat.
Right.
There's no doubt about it. And when you get up in the day, you know what you're supposed to have.
I'm into a routine, and honestly, with the prep week,
you had to read some stuff.
We
had
read
to educate
and we
yourself.
worked and got educated, because I was very uneducated on sugar and some of the material you've put out, some of the videos, some of the books you've let me read. And
Sleep was a big thing.
sleep
Sleep
I
was one of those
never
things.
slept past 2
Yeah.
hours a night.
So how much are you sleeping now?
I'm sleeping 8 hours.
Wow.
Yes.
Gosh.
I learned so much from that, and I would sleep 2 hours and get up and wander around the house. I'd sleep 2 hours and get up and wander around the house. So since then, and the challenge, I want to say, hasn't been hard. I thought it'd be hard, but some days, like in the last week, I've been eating 1 meal a day.
Yeah.
And it's not bothered me. And believe me, I was a big eater. Like I said, just.
So he's dropped 23 pounds, but
Yeah.
that really is
Yeah.
so, I mean, that's a lot, but that's minor considering the other things that are happening with him.
Right. The weight's a side benefit. I never thought, well, when I got out of the hospital the first time, I weighed 199. And sitting around home, I'll, just put it out there. For sitting around home and all that, I went to 245. Just doing nothing and just eating all this stuff,
that was killing you.
That was actually contributing to killing me, more problems. Well, the week before the challenge, I had a doctor's appointment. They weighed me, and I come home and use my scales to make sure they're all the same. And I was 241. Well, at the beginning of last week, I was 217, and I don't try to weigh much. I mean, I don't try to focus on weight.
Yeah.
But it is a side benefit that I'm sure my wife likes better.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But
he's got some pants he's going to give somebody out there that needs them.
But my wife has really been a good help. And because she's cooking healthier food.
It helps.
And by being in it and with a family member in it, it's made it so much easier. All I have to do is, follow along and eat what she cooks, and I don't go out as much. And when I do, I've been so much more educated on what to eat. And
there you go. So you can eat out.
Yeah,
and
you can eat out.
So it's meat and vegetables. It's not complicated.
The leafy green vegetables, and I like turnips. I like cabbage. This has been easy. And honestly, I've not had one problem. What we both loved most was riding around on Sundays after church till Sunday night. And we would get Diet Cokes and ride around and look at churches and cemeteries, and that's our thing.
Okay.
Well, but we'd be drinking these Diet Cokes and everything all the afternoon.
Yeah.
Since this challenge started, I'll have to give my wife credit. I mean, we've not had one Diet Coke.
Okay.
And
are you missing them? I mean, at first you were.
At first,
she
yes.
was.
I drink more coffee now, but bulletproof coffee.
Yeah, there you go.
And water. I drink water.
Yeah. It's all right. The dogs are barking at the horse.
Yeah. So since then, I got used to it really quick. And like she said, with the substitutes, like substitute the coffee for the Coke, I've not had any issues.
Yeah.
I've not had any withdrawals or.
Well, when you start feeling
nothing.
feeling better, when you have a why, okay, this is helping, it's working, I can do it. So let me ask you this: can you do this for the rest of your life?
Yes.
So you don't think after a few months you're going to...
I don't feel deprived, so I believe I can.
There you go. That was what I wanted him to say, and I didn't prompt that, okay? He doesn't feel deprived, and that's what's good about this. This is just a holistic way of taking care of yourself. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me just ask you about your mental state. I can imagine having gained weight, taking so much medicine. I want you to describe that feeling you were having up your arm. You were talking about something that was happening with your arm.
Well, yeah, I've more problems. About a year ago, I had a seizure that started in my hand and run up in my arm, and I thought it was a heart attack, and ran up in my chest and knocked me out till my wife come home and found me laying there. So they finally figured it out. It was a whole nother problem with seizures. Well, since I've been on this, I would have like focal point seizures because they put me on medicine, so it helped. And they would run up into my shoulder, but it wouldn't make me unconscious.
Right.
Well, since I've been on this, and I don't think it's a coincidence.
No.
I've only had like maybe one a week or, 1 or 2 times a day, once a week or something. Yeah. And they seem to be getting less and less and less. So maybe that's another pill that I can drop because the cardiologist has got me taking 15 a day.
Okay.
So,
well, we're going to get you off at least most of that medicine, if not all of it. And gosh, this is so good. And there's Dee over there. She's petting the dog. And so what do you want to say, Dee? I got the camera on you now.
It's just not hard to do. It's doable. I didn't think that I could fast in the mornings because I get up so early and I do a little cardio and weights 5 days a week, and I thought I'm going to work up an appetite. and by 10 o'clock, I'm going to be ready to eat my arm. But, I drink coffee in the mornings, and I drink water in the mornings, but I'm not hungry, and I go to lunch around 11:15, 11:20, and I just eat a sensible lunch. Usually it's tuna and some little bit of nuts, some pecans, and drink water. And then we have our main meal at night when I come home. Yeah. But it's really not been hard. Yeah. It hasn't. And I do feel better. I really do.
Yeah,
I have my digestive system is better. It's easy. Yeah. It really is.
Okay, so they spent some money with me. It costs money to do this kind of stuff and have a coach every day. So, has it been worth it?
Yeah, it's worth it. The education alone, without the support, is worth it. Just the knowledge, because there's so much out there, and you'll get confused. It's just like I love all my doctors. Don't get me wrong, but when I go to the cardiologist, he would hand me take a diet, go on this diet. Well, when I go to my primary doctor, he would hand me a diet, says take this diet. Well, one would be for diabetes, one would be for congestive heart failure, and they would contradict each other. So I stayed thoroughly confused. So it was worth it to me for you to unconfuse me.
It all, knowledge is power, but you got to get clear. And people that are confused never go forward. You're just kind of okay, and that's what you were doing. And so really, you were probably using that as an excuse to not do anything, because I don't know what to do, so I'm not going to do anything.
I'll just eat what I want to eat and keep getting bigger.
There you go. Well, Michael, I tell you, it's been worth the drive all the way over here to talk to you, and there's somebody out there that needed to hear this today. It may not be you, but it may be a family member that's literally dying. Here's what I say. People are dying for this information. And there's a lot of programs out there. I think mine is the best, but it's because it's me and I see the results and I love it. Dee will tell you, she texted me a lot at the beginning, but that's what I want you to do. I want you to text me because now I'm not going to spoon feed you. I want you to learn it for yourself. So I'm not going to, but some of the things that are not exactly clear, I want you to be clear, because you need to know your why. Like, why can I have coconut oil, but I can't have vegetable oil? Why can I have this and not that? So I want you to have the knowledge, because that's what's going to give you the power to stick with it for the long term. So I just want to say thank you, and I'm going to come back in a couple of months and see how much of that medicine you're off of.
Well, I hope to be off of a lot of it.
I hope you are too. You're probably going to save the money you would have spent on the medicine. What you spent on me, you're going to save on the money. Plus food. You're not eating as much food.
No.
And it's easy to go to the grocery store when you just go down a few aisles. I mean, there are aisles at Walmart in the grocery store. I don't even go down them anymore because there's nothing down there that I'm going to buy. So thank you, guys.
No problem.
Thank you. And we'll talk to y'all soon. Okay, here's how you get in touch with me. You message me, and here's what else. I need to get your email, because I send out emails a couple of times a week. In fact, before I left to come over here, I was creating an email on vitamin D and why you need it, and it's really, really important. Most of the symptoms you are having that you think are heart symptoms are from a vitamin D deficiency, and that's something me and you might need to talk about. But anyway, so put your email in the comments below or text me your email. My phone number is 293-1427. You can text me or call me. Let's talk. I want to get you in the challenge, and I want to get you well and healthy so you can have a better outcome. So what Michael has done, let's just really boil it down here. So he was shooting an arrow. Okay, his life had a certain outcome that he was headed toward. And I don't know what it was, but it wasn't good.
No.
It wasn't good. And so now he's shifted his arrow, he's shifted his bow, and he's going to end up, he already is somewhere else, but he's going to end up in 10 years at a totally different place than he would have had he not done this. And that's what I want for you. I want you to not be on the sidelines watching your grandchildren. I want you to be in the game. Mm-hmm. And don't we all want to be in the game until we die? Nobody wants to watch from the sidelines.
And I just want to add in there real quick. It seems intimidating when you first started, like, oh, I'm going to have to not have this, not have that. But it's not. If I want a steak, I eat a steak.
There you go.
It's just choices.
Pork chop with fat on it.
And it's simple once you get the education.
Yeah.
And the education is worth every penny that we spend.
Well, I think what I really concentrate on at the beginning is what is it you can have, not what you can't, because there are things you can't have. You can't have sugar, you can't have bread, you can't have, for a month. I want you to eat clean because you're healing your gut. But if you'll concentrate on what you can have, it's meat and vegetables and eggs and nuts and some cheese, a little bit of dairy. So there's so much you can have. So if you concentrate on that, I love to say that what you focus on grows. So if you're focusing on all the good things you can have, then you'll be better. And I just love it. We could sit here and talk forever. Roseanne's on here. Her husband had and both of them had a big change. He's come off a lot of his insulin, maybe all of it. I'm not sure, Roseanne. I want to interview y'all too, so get ready. I'm going to call you. Okay. So we'll talk to you soon. Stay with me. I'm going to be posting an interview every day for the next 20 days because I want to help some people. So we'll talk soon. Y'all have a great Sunday afternoon.